Welcome to the Hunter's Quest podcast. My name is Hunter, and today I'm going to be going through some of my food items that I use in the backcountry here. If you are listening to this podcast, you want to go ahead and check out on YouTube if you want to see all the stuff I'm talking about. This is also a YouTube video, and you can find a link to my YouTube channel in the link tree in my Instagram bio, or you can search my name, Hunter McWaters, on YouTube, and you should find my channel. Please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Trying to build out that audience, and I'm going to be doing more of these YouTube podcasts. So even with some of the guests I have coming up, I'm doing video as well. So you can find the stuff on YouTube, as well as you can always find it on Apple and Stitcher and Spotify and all those places. But I want to do a quick video today about again, some of the food things that I've discovered through just tinkering and working with stuff in the off season. I'm not an expert by any means, but I have kind of done a little bit of digging into nutrition, on my kind of weight loss and fitness journey, and I've learned some things. But mainly I just want to demystify the whole process. I kind of thought like, oh, it's like some kind of black magic that these companies come up with these supplements and these protein bars and stuff like that. But it's really not. You can make this stuff with some very simple ingredients, and you can save a lot of money and get something that tastes good, is healthy, and has the same kind of balance of protein and carbohydrates and fats that you can buy, and you can save some money. So I want to go through some of those things with you. I still haven't done a whole lot of tinkering in terms of like entrees. So I still will supplement with some purchased food, for my evening dinners. So, I get the Heather's Choice down here, the sockeye salmon chowder. Heather's Choice is a great company. Their food is super healthy, great ingredients, high quality stuff. And so, that's my favorite flavor. She also has some really good spaghetti. I still need to try a few more of theirs. I mean, to be honest, a lot of times they have trouble keeping product on the shelves just because it's so popular. So that it says a lot about their company, but their packaroons are also delicious. And I'll talk about more of that as we get into it. But this video will focus more on breakfast foods and snacks, because that's kind of where I've been doing most of my tinkering. But this year for my trips, like I said, I'm gonna bring in some entrees for my dinners from Heather's Choice, but all my breakfasts, all my snacks, midday food, I'm going to be kind of bringing in my own stuff. So I'm excited about that, and so let's just go ahead and jump in here. So the first thing that you probably, if you want to get into this kind of stuff, you want to invest in is a decent dehydrator. You can do a lot of stuff just with your oven on low and that kind of thing. I did for a while, but this is a dehydrator I just got off Amazon. I'm sure there's bigger and better ones out there. This one was $159 on Amazon, and it seems to work really good. It's got, open it up here. It's got 6 trays. There's these like metal trays, and it's super simple to use. It's got basically one button. You set your temperature and your time, and you let it go. And I don't know, a lot of people maybe get really into like specific temperatures and times and all that stuff. It's really not that complicated. You just kind of set it at a low temp for a while. So like for bananas, I usually set it somewhere between 145 and 155 and let it go for, bananas take a while, for like maybe 15 hours or more. But so it does take time, but this is kind of where you want to start if you want to get into this stuff, is a decent dehydrator. Again, $150, and it pays for itself. I mean, if you have some old bananas laying around, they're about to go, throw them in here and they're good for a long time. So, with that, there's a couple things you can start to do. I'll go ahead and go first through just, your basic dehydrated fruits. These are great snacks, or you can mix them in. These are apples that I made with a little bit of cinnamon. and just some like apple chips, and they're delicious. So for that, this is kind of a cheaper one, but this is called a mandolin slicer. And for apples and stuff, you know, you just take it and you can make chips pretty easily with that. And you just lay them on your trays. I like to sprinkle a little cinnamon on there and dry them out. And also, like I said before, I love doing banana chips. I got tons of these. Put cinnamon on bananas too. Nice and crunchy. Really good. And you can use these in your recipes. Also, you know, obviously for dehydrating, stuff's gonna be lighter, better for the backcountry. This is pretty cool. So all spring long, I was just going anywhere I could find wild growing mulberries. And I collected this whole bag full of wild, just growing local mulberries and dried those suckers out. So I got a huge bag of dried mulberries here. I know blackberry season is coming up, so you know you can a lot of times just find blackberries growing wild all over the place, and you know just go out there and pick a huge bucket, and you can dehydrate them and use them later. So that's a good place to start. Again, you don't have to get super intense about precise temperatures. Don't be intimidated. It's pretty easy. You put the stuff in there, you put them on these trays, and you kind of just set it and forget it, and just check it, you know. So that's your dehydrator. Another thing, oh, I do want to mention real quick, these bags. This is a good tip. So these are the bags you want to use when you're packing your backcountry meals. Again, you can find them on Amazon, really cheap. They're reusable. So you want to search BPA-free Mylar resealable bags, and you will find these, and they come in various sizes. I bought a pack that had like this size, and like a smaller size in there. Cheap. They, like I said, they're resealable. You can wash them, and since they're like BPA free, and just because of the material Mylar, you can pour hot water in it and use it for rehydrating your meals in the field. So this is a good pickup on Amazon. BPA free Mylar resealable bags. Another thing that you can do in your oven or in the dehydrator, I did it this time with my dehydrator. This is a pretty cool little thing that I use as a base for a lot of my meals and snacks and stuff, is homemade granola. So, you know, you can also, you know, if you don't want to make the homemade granola, you can also get like this kind of thing, like a Nature Valley protein granola, which is pretty good as well, but it's got a lot of sugar in it and other processed stuff. So this is a really healthy alternative, and it's very easy to do. So all you're gonna do for this granola is take your Quaker oats, and I like to get these old-fashioned oats. They're bigger, kind of whole grain oat, which that bigger whole grain oat will just, it has a higher glycemic index, meaning it'll take more time to break down in your stomach, but it's still, you know, a pretty simple carbohydrate that is good for, you know, quick energy. But again, it's an oat, so it's totally unprocessed, natural, pretty healthy, and I like them, and they're, you know, cheap, readily available pretty much anywhere. So Quaker oats, or, you know, it doesn't have to be Quaker, but oats are just kind of a staple that's kind of the base of a lot of stuff I do. So for this granola, all you want to do is, and I usually make a way bigger batch than this. This is just kind of to show you guys, but basically just get a huge bowl and put your dry oats in there. Mix in salt. Don't forget the salt, that's important. Cinnamon and apple juice. Just a little bit of salt, don't go too crazy on the salt. The apple juice will provide a little bit of natural sweetness. You can throw in some brown sugar if you want, a little extra sweet. It's up to you. You know, also I put some chia seeds in here for a little bit of extra protein and kind of micronutrients. You can also put crushed up almonds or whatever kind of nuts you like in there. And you mix that all up so it's moist, and then you can put it in your dehydrator. You can also put it in the oven at low heat for a long time. You basically just dry it out, bake it, and you end up with this really good, really tasty homemade granola. Very healthy. So anyway, that's a good base to start with, is that homemade granola, and that serves as the base for a lot of different stuff that I do. So I have noticed if you make this stuff in the oven, you will get a little bit better crunch on it. And it has a little bit more of like a baked kind of taste to it. But you can use a dehydrator as well. Kind of up to you. But that stuff is good. All right, so moving on from that. So I basically have a couple different, really two main breakfasts that I kind of want to run you through here. So the first one would be with the granola. So if you ever had like a Mountain House, one of my favorite Mountain House breakfasts is their like blueberry granola. And man, I was like, I could probably make this and make it a little healthier and definitely cheaper. So what I do for that is just take my homemade granola, I'll just put in like half a cup to show you now. Start there. Then I'm going to take some this is just whey protein. You can get any brand you want. This is just kind of like the Walmart stuff. It's the 6-star. You can get it on Amazon or Walmart. I haven't done a ton of research on like the best proteins or anything like that, but this is just the one that's available and it's the one I use. So anyway, so I used half a cup of granola. I'll put in half a scoop of whey protein. And this is important. I've tried it with only whey protein and it doesn't taste that good, to be honest with you. But this stuff I found on Amazon. So this is lactose-free skim milk powder. So my stomach doesn't handle lactose super well. But this stuff, like I said, is lactose-free, and it makes the stuff taste way better. So I found this on Amazon, lactose-free skim milk. So I'll put in like 2 tablespoons of that, maybe a little more. And you can use any kind of berry or fruit you want. I've tried it with blueberries. It's very good with blueberries, since I have them on hand, and it's kind of cool that I picked them all myself. I'm going to throw in some of my mulberries. There you go. And with that, then you'll just literally just throw this into your resealable Mylar bag. I'll grab one here. Just to show you, they come like this. They even come with little labels you can put on there too. Yeah, just well, I'm not gonna sit here and make a mess, but just put it in your bag, and then whenever you're ready to eat this. All right, let's see if I can do this without making a mess. There we go. Now, if I was gonna take this to the backcountry, I would probably start with a cup of oats, not a half a cup, just because, you want to be fueled out there. So I don't skimp at all when it comes to that. So I would start with a full cup of oats, and I would do potentially a full scoop of protein and 2 portions of the milk powder. But test it out, see how you like it. Sometimes if you have too much of the protein powder, it tastes a little funky, I've noticed. So you want the extra protein, but just test out kind of what ratio you like that tastes good to you. But you can see here, you know, this is I've tasted it. It is very delicious, healthy, high protein breakfast right here. Homemade, resealable bag. Label that sucker, throw it in a pack. There's a good breakfast. So that's a really good one. Let's see. So the next one is just kind of a variation on that, but it's kind of chocolate and peanut butter. So this is my, I don't know, I call it like my training lean breakfast or whatever. This is basically what I eat for breakfast pretty much every day, honestly, when I'm kind of in the off season training. All this is a scoop of chocolate whey protein, a half a cup of oats, and 2 tablespoons of this. And if you don't know what this is a great ingredient to pick up, just to have around the house, but for this kind of stuff especially, powdered peanut butter. I didn't even know this stuff existed till a couple months, like, I don't know, probably 6 months or a year ago when I started getting into this stuff, but it has less calories than regular peanut butter. So if you're looking for more calories, you know, regular peanut butter is probably better, but if you want that peanut butter flavor with less calories, and, you know, if you're backpacking and you need something dry and light with still kind of adding that peanut butter flavor, this is a great product. You know, you can get some expensive stuff from the store, but honestly, this is just the Walmart brand, and the nutrition facts on this I found looked a little better than the expensive one. So just powdered peanut butter at Walmart. So anyway, so this is what I'll eat for breakfast after my workout pretty much every day. It's just 2 tablespoons of peanut butter powder, a scoop of chocolate whey protein, and half a cup of oats. It's lean, high protein, and all that good stuff. But again, if I'm going into the backcountry, as you guys know, the name of the game is more calories, not less. So I will just kind of add on to this. You know, you want to just kind of add into your tastes. And again, you know, it's not super complicated. The basis of a lot of the stuff that I do is protein powder and oats, honestly. And then you just kind of add stuff in. So for that, I'll go ahead and make what I would do for that. So again, start off with, this is about a cup of oats. Okay. Again, if I'm heading to the backcountry, I'm not really worried about counting calories. So I'm going to put 2 servings of powdered peanut butter in there. Also, because I like peanut butter. If you don't add peanut butter. But I like that peanut butter chocolate combo. Obviously going to do another full scoop of whey protein here. Which you could do more if you want, but again, I find if you go too heavy on the protein powder, it starts to taste a little funky. So I'm gonna leave it with 1. So again, the name of the game in the backcountry is more calories, not less. So for this, also just want to note, I did start with just regular raw oats because that's how I do my normal breakfast. I just add hot water to this. You know, it doesn't bother me. I like the texture. Took a little getting used to maybe, but you could also use your homemade granola, have a little more crunch to it. But if you add hot water, even just like warm water, honestly, to this and let it sit just a little bit, the texture of the oats is fine. I've found it doesn't bother me at all. I enjoy it. So you can use raw oats or you can use your homemade granola as a base. But from a backcountry kind of variant on this, I'm going to add also a scoop of chia seeds. So again, you can buy these chia seeds in bulk at Walmart. They just add some good fatty acids, some extra protein, a good crunch. They add a little bit of a crunch element, and they have some micronutrients in there. I also will throw in some hemp hearts. Again, all this stuff is from Walmart. Hemp hearts, same thing. They have really good fatty acids. Might have some anti-inflammatory properties in there. Extra calories. Almonds. These are the unsalted. This is kind of important. You want to get, you may want a little extra salt, and if that's the case, get regular salted almonds. But these are the unsalted ones that you can find in the baking section at Walmart. And so, and I didn't bring it up here, but I have a pestle and mortar, like a stone bowl with a stone crusher, and that's normally what I'll do is crush these almonds up a little bit to put in here. But for our purposes, or if you don't have one, you can just break them in half, or honestly, you can put them into a little a little towel or paper towel or whatever, fold it in half on top of there, and just crush them with a like this thing, just crush them up. But the almonds, again, just extra calories, extra fat, and adds a little crunch, which is always nice to have. So go ahead, and if you like almonds, or if you don't like almonds, you can add peanuts, you can add any kind of nut you want, honestly, is going to be good. Pistachios, I love pistachios, peanuts, almonds, whatever. Just good to have some crunch in there. All right, so I think that's it. Yeah, that's it for that. So, oh yeah, and then another great thing to do for something like this, if you're so inclined, grab some of your dried bananas that you made and sprinkle those bad boys on top. Now, I will carry my dried bananas separately, and I won't mix it in here because I like to keep the dried bananas crunchy. And if I mix it in here, when I add water to it, they're just gonna rehydrate, which is fine. If you like that, that'd be delicious too. So you can put your bananas right in there. I'm gonna keep them separate so I can just rehydrate this and then put my bananas on top for even more crunch. So there you go, you have that. A nice, again, I have the kind of the nutrition facts breakdown on this. If you want to see like the protein and carbohydrates and calorie counts and all that. But you have a really tasty, I think. Again, you want to taste this stuff and just kind of tinker with it, see what works for you. I like the taste of this. So it's a tasty, delicious, nutritious, wholesome, high calorie, high protein, high fat, pretty good amount of carbs in there as well. Breakfast for, much cheaper than you'd be able to buy from a pre-made food, and I would argue much healthier. And it's just fun. You can kind of create whatever you want. So that is my kind of chocolate peanut butter breakfast. I got the berry granola breakfast. You could also add powdered milk to that if you want. I have not experimented with that yet. So again, and you can mix this stuff right in these bags. This is not the best strategy what I'm doing here right now, but it is what it is, I guess. This is not a good idea. Anyway, I'm not gonna do that because I don't want to make a huge mess, but just dump all that right in your Mylar bag, seal her up. There you go. And there is two really good, like I said, healthy, calorie and nutrient dense breakfast options that you can make at home for the backcountry. And it's all dry ingredients. It is lightweight, packs down easily, and you're good to go. I think I don't need a whole lot of variation in my diet. Having two different breakfasts to choose from is plenty for me. So I'm gonna bring probably, for a 6-day backcountry hunt, I'll bring 3 of both of those and just kind of mix it up day to day. But Again, I could eat the same thing every day for breakfast, so it's not a big deal. Okay, so the next thing I want to take you through is a protein bar type snack. This is something that I actually developed as like a meal for breakfast in the morning, on the weekends after a training session. But you can also easily make this into a snack bar type thing. And again, like bars, that was another thing where I feel like people just feel like, oh, I have to buy a protein bar, and they can be really expensive. You don't have to buy protein bars. Like, it's really easy to make your own, just with starting with a base of oats and protein powder and mixing in moisture basically to find the right consistency to where you can make it into a bar. It's really not hard. And again, like I said from the beginning, I'm not an expert here. Many of you guys out there might have already tried this, but I wanted to demystify this so you can start messing with this stuff at home and realize how easy it is, and start making stuff on your own. So for this recipe, I'm going to start out with, so I'm actually going to start out with the same mixture that I just made earlier, which is going to be oats, powdered peanut butter, protein powder, nuts, seeds, and you can kind of mix in whatever variation on that you like. And the only difference with this now, for this one I actually will add in some, oh, those are my apples. I'll add in some dehydrated bananas. And you got to be careful with these dehydrated bananas because they're so crunchy and good. Like you can sit there and smash like 5 bananas, like literally like the equivalent of 5 bananas in a sitting easily, and that can have repercussions on your gastric system. So be careful with the dry bananas. Anyway, crush up some dry bananas in there. So for this one, again, like for a bar, you know, in order to get that consistency and just some more sweetness, I'm gonna add some honey to this as well. Maybe about a tablespoon of honey. Whoa, got a little too extra honey there. That's okay. It's not an exact science, you know. And again, for the backcountry, protein or calories is what you want. I might add some water. This one I'll also add 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. So I can already tell I'm gonna need a little extra moisture in here, so just add a little water. Nothing fancy, and you just want to play with the consistency of it till it gets kind of where you want it to be. And I did, like I said, I'll tell you again, just to shoot me an email at hunter@thisishuntersquest.com, because I did actually do a detailed breakdown of the fat, protein, carbohydrates, and all that good stuff in these recipes. And that's also super easy to do, especially if you use an app like MyFitnessPal. You can just scan barcodes and put in your serving sizes all right there. And you can really break it down. I mean, you know, just for example, like the Mountain Ops protein bars that came out last year, they are really good. I like those things, and I took those with me in the backcountry last year. Very good product. You know, I think 5 grams of sugar, 20 grams of protein, 270 calories on those. So that is a good product, absolutely. And if you like those, go for it. They are a little pricey though, and I just decided, like, man, like I think I can make this or something like this or as good as this and get a similar balance of macronutrients. And I was able to do it. So I have the spreadsheet, and so anyway, you can do this. You can make protein bars on your own that are just as good. So I would normally kind of form these out with my hand into a kind of a bar and put it into a bag. I'm not gonna do it now, get my hands all dirty, but as you can see, consistency is similar consistency to like peanut butter, maybe a little thicker. And again, just tinker with the moisture level to get your consistency the way you want it. But then you basically have this delicious, sweet, a little bit salty, got a good crunch to it, very high protein, high calorie, everything's in there. It's all homemade, very few processed ingredients, healthy. So just get you some protein powder, get you a dehydrator, get some oats, and just kind of play with stuff. See what you like. You'll be amazed what you can come up with, and you'll save some money. So those are a couple of things that I make, for the backcountry in terms of snacks and meals. The good thing is, like I said, it's simple. You can have tons of different variations on that. Play with it however you want. You can add berries into here. You can use the vanilla powder and make like a berry vanilla bar, however you want to do it. So just have fun with it. A couple other things I did want to mention real quick. This is coconut oil. So I would also bring into the backcountry with me just a small container of coconut oil for cooking or to supplement in some of my other foods just for extra calories. Coconut oil is a really good fat that is non-inflammatory. And it's good for cooking, higher smoke point. I said in one of my earlier videos I was going to take olive oil, but coconut oil is actually better. Someone actually gave me this tip, and I use coconut oil already, but they were right. For backcountry, coconut oil is better for cooking, higher smoke point, and it's non-inflammatory. So coconut oil is good for a lot of different things, just nutritionally. Another thing I wanted to just tell you really quick is if you are looking to supplement protein into your normal daily nutrition, without adding a whole bunch of extra calories, a lot of guys will make shakes with the protein powder, and I do too. But one thing that I found is really good, if you like mocha, I'll take a scoop of the whey protein, put it in my shake, and then I'll add two little spoons of Nescafe instant coffee and shake that up, and gives you a little caffeine in there. And it tastes like a iced mocha. So I might take a few of those into the backcountry with me as well, but I drink that kind of on the day-to-day as well. It just makes the protein powder taste a little better. It gives you that kind of mocha taste. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I wanted to mention. I don't think so, guys. I think that's it. Oh, here's another good product. If you don't, maybe the whey protein doesn't sit well with your stomach, or I don't know, you just don't like whey protein. I found this at the store. It's a plant-based protein. It's a peanut butter flavor, so that also works really well if you want to do something that's all peanut butter, not peanut butter chocolate. You can mix this in. This is a Vega Sport protein. It's 30 grams of protein, so it's comparable to the whey protein, but it's not whey. So that's another option for protein. The last thing I wanted to mention was, again, this is mainly snacks and breakfast foods. As far as other snacks for midday, I will just get a bunch of different nuts. I love pistachios, almonds, cashews, raisins. I'll throw in some of my dried fruit, but basically I'll just take fruits and nuts and just mix them all together and have that kind of as my snacks during the middle of the day. You know, a lot of this stuff is kind of in the sweet taste arena. So having some salty snacks for midday is really big, and nuts are very dense in fat and very calorie dense. So mixed nuts and raisins and dried fruit are a really good snack option. Lastly, I do want to mention, okay, Heather's Choice. She makes some delicious backcountry meals. This is my favorite flavor, smoked sockeye salmon chowder. I also really like their spaghetti flavor, and all their stuff is good that I've tried. This is my favorite. And she makes these packaroons. They're a coconut-based kind of cookie macaroon snack type thing. Really good. They're coconut based, but they don't really taste like coconut if you're not a big fan of coconut. They do have a coconut flavor, but these are two of my favorite: mint chocolate and black espresso. All the ones I've tried are really good, but these are my favorite. Very calorie dense and light and small. Great little snack, and they're delicious. So if you go to heatherschoice.com and pick up some of her backpacking meals and use the code Hunter's Quest, you will get a discount on your first order, and that will help me out as well. So definitely check out Heather's Choice. Super high quality ingredients. A lot of them are sourced in Alaska. She's a great person, a great company, very healthy, delicious meals. So check her out. Use that code Hunter's Quest and save some money, and you will help out to support the show as well. So I think that's it, guys. If you have any questions, you can DM me at This Is Hunter's Quest on Instagram, or send me an email to hunter@thisishuntersquest.com. I can share with you some of my spreadsheets if you want, and calorie breakdowns and all that. But just want to encourage you guys, you can make some delicious, high quality, healthy backcountry foods on your own. So just you know, maybe pick up a dehydrator, grab some oats, some protein powder, and just some ingredients that you like, and just start experimenting. It's all good, and you can do it. If I can do it, you can definitely do it. So just go out there and give it a shot. Let me know if you come up with any good ingredients or recipes that you guys want to suggest to me to try. I'll be looking for those. And so anyway, thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful. Hope you got something out of this. And you definitely can do it. Just get some ingredients and start experimenting. And definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel. You know, leave me a comment, and you know, keep leaving me reviews on Apple. That's all really helpful. I appreciate y'all's support, and we'll see you on the next one.